Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on time. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk.
Knicks fans, what's good? Knicks Real Talk, the night show, man. We in here, Divine BX Jedi 7-6 Sunday, man. Chilling the night show. We in the building tonight, man. 8:30 on the East Coast. Y'all already know what it is. We here, man, tonight, man. Ready to cut up a little talk, some Knicks, some content, some dialogue, and all that good stuff. So we ready to get into it tonight, man. We excited to be here. I got my man BX Jedi in the building, always here, man. You know my host, we holding it down. Listen, man, real quick. Salute to everybody, man. Everybody to chime in. Camilio, Joshua, man, we see you. But no, I hope everybody out there had a good Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday to everybody out there, for all those who participate. I hope y'all had a good Sunday, man. Dealing with yourselves, your family, your friends out there, representing the day, man. So salute to everybody out there on the Easter Sunday. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. You already know what it is, man. I hope y'all having a good time, chilling or you're indoors, wherever you may be, man. But you're chiming into the night show. We here, man. You know the deal, man. COVID-19 still out there, man. Wash your hands, wear your mask, protect yourself, keep the distance, and just be safe out there and enjoy your Sunday, man. So salute. We here. BX Jedi, what's good?
Good evening. Happy Easter, Divine. Happy Easter to everyone. Josh, Camilio. I know pretty soon Frank Mantos, all everyone that listens to us. I hope your Easter was well. I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter with your loved ones, with your family. You got your worship on. And we're ready here and talk some Knicks basketball against the Pistons last night. What a game. Knicks won that game 125-81. They set the tone early. Julius Randle, you know, he was what can you say? He had 4 3-pointers and 20 points in the first quarter, you know, and along with Bullock, you know, who just two-man game between them two, and they really set the tone. And happy Easter and welcome Bigo. I hope I say it correctly. It's part of me if I didn't say it correctly. But welcome aboard and Divine. It was a good game. It was a gutty game. It was a good response game that the Knicks really needed. What you thought on that one?
Yeah, that was impressive, man. From beginning to end, you know what I mean? From the starting gate all the way to over, man. They came out, like you said, Julius Randle was wow. he was on a mission right then and there. RJ looked good. Bullock was on a mission, you know, he was cannon on 3 from all over the place. Big O, we got you, Big O. There you go. Salute to Big O, man. The night, man. Salute, happy Easter to you, Big O, and everybody else, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was on fire last night, man. I'm glad to see them bounce back like that. I know the lesser opponent, but you know what? We still went in and did what we had to do, and that was good about it. They did what they had to do. It wasn't like a close game with a blowout from beginning to end. And so, you know, we on it, man. We back to 500. Like I said, man, but what can I say, man? Julius Randle and definitely Reggie Bullock, them cats was balling last night. You know what I mean? Everybody was participating. Then obviously the 10-day contract of Novell. You know, we'll talk about him later on down in the show. But yeah, it was a good win, good bounce back win. We had 500. I'm happy about that, man. We responded the way we supposed to respond. We took care of business. So I'm glad to see that, man. Now we back at 500. You know, we feel a little bit better about ourselves as well as the Knicks fans. You know, and we could breathe a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Camilio said, domination. I agree with you, Camilio. It was domination, man, from beginning to end, man. And that defense was crazy. They was putting it down. And it was. I guess the best part of the game to me is when to see where Obi starting to come into, the Knox come in and Knox just knocking down trays. I'm like, okay, we feeling good tonight. You know, like I said, Novell came in and gave us a big lift. The whole team just played pretty much a decent brand of basketball for bouncing back after 3 losses in a row. So that was really, really good to see. So I'm excited about that, man. What can I say? BX, that was a good one.
Right. I want to go real quick with the Joshua Rivera. That's a Coach Salah reference from the New York Jets there. All gas, no brakes. So hopefully, you know, they turn that around to the Jets, you know, get to see some winning football coming up, and the Giants, you know, hopefully they turn it around. But I wanted to shout him out with that, no, all gas, no break. And yeah, I'm impressed with Bullock's season high 6 3-pointers made this current game, and also season high in points, 22 points. You know, he was hot. Not only he scored in the first half, he kept scoring in the third quarter. You know, I know there was a time when the Pistons cut the lead down to 17 points, and he hit a huge three to return the lead to 20, and from there on they didn't look back. It kind of gave a sigh of relief to the whole team. Like, we're not gonna squander this lead. We kept on, we kept piling on, we kept on putting that 20 points, and the team played. You know, they were very. It was impressive to see one night before how much they struggled on offense and how tired they look, and they came out and they looked very dedicated, and they went back to They got back to playing Knicks basketball, both on defense and offense. You know, all led by their all-star. You know, and he came up to play. And one stat on Julius Randle that I heard, whenever he shoots under 30% or 30% in field goal shooting, he always follows it up with a high 50% game. He's done it 5 times this season, every time, and he takes that challenge to offense. When he fails, he puts in the work, and he's doing the work. He's done it over and over. He shot over 50% last night in the game, and he took all the good shots and rhythm. His mid-range game was going. His 3-pointers, and you know, he finished with 29 points, 9 of 16 with free goals. He had 5 for 9 from 3-point line plus 8 rebounds. And of course, like I said, the 20-point first quarter set the tone. The Knicks scored the season high 41 points in the first quarter. You know, we've seen dismal first quarters before when they only scored 15 points. And no, they set the tone, and you know, it was a sigh of relief with them that they needed this. It was a pivotal win that they needed to go out, and especially on a road game. You know, with the upcoming schedule, we got some Foles coming up in Brooklyn and the Boston Celtics. You know, not to look ahead. And hey, Tim Smith, how you doing? It's good to see you on with us here. And I'm gonna read you real quick. It said Earl Monroe used to say he didn't look for his shot when everyone was else on the fire, but it was Burke who took the approach last night. Signs of a smart veteran. Absolutely, with your comment. I like the 2-man game that Bullock and Randle have. They have a nice 2-man game. He knows where to give when to get Bullock his shots, where to feed him, where's he going to be in the corner. He looks for him. He has trust in him. And it's just Burke's got to start hitting his small shots on a consistent basis, night in, night out. And that's a good 2-man game that Coach Tibbs sees, and we see that. And like you said, it was great to see the deep bench get in the game. Not just the second unit play extended minutes like an Obi Toppin, but the deep bench, to see Kevin Knox come in here and making a case, putting his name on the hat. Hey, when other guys are cold shooting that night, Coach, don't forget me. I can hit some open shots. I can hit some threes. I can hit the long range. I can space the floor when they want to play that crappy zone. Hey, put me in, Coach. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm getting splinters. You know, I'm getting splinters and calluses on my rear end, and I need to get in the game and shoot. I'm a former lottery pick. Put me in there. So his play on there, I really enjoy that. I really like that game, Divine. It was all around a whole maximum effort. And what did you say about our new acquisition, Novell? My God, that young man came in there, despite dislocating his finger. He came right in and played, and he got 2 blocks back to back. You see the whole bench going crazy, roughing for him. Going there, you see Obi Toppin going nuts, and you see all the other guys on the bench. You can see the camaraderie as a team. They really wanted this, and they pulled for each other as a team, and they really wanted this. And salute to you, Dan. Dan, I see you. And Divine, yeah, what do you see, Nan? I know you were very happy with that display they did yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. That was real Knicks basketball right there. I understand it, like I said, it's against an inferior team, you know, and they at the bottom of the the league right now, but still as a basketball game, they bounce back. And I'm gonna tell you that, for me, man, what I'm so intrigued about to me, which is probably the Knicks' best signing this year, free agent signing this year was, and I'm gonna say it over, man. To me, it's Taj Gibson. No question about it. Taj Gibson is the biggest free agent signing we had this year. That if that man don't epitomize what is to be a professional basketball player, there is none. I mean, this guy come to work like 9 to 5, go hard. When and he puts it all out there, man. Taj Gibson is amazing, man. I just love a veteran guy like that, man, who really, really plays the game of basketball the way it's supposed to be played. He's the one bringing that Brooklyn, New York grittiness. It is amazing, man. That Taj Gibson, ever since he got to that team, it was amazing, man. And I just really believe that Taj Gibson is to me is the heart and soul of that team. I really believe that, man. So I'm glad to see that. I think he got that competitive energy and that competitive fire that rubbed off on everybody. He leaves it all out there, man. 30-something, almost 36, 7, 8, whatever his age is, and that man all on the floor going at the loose balls. He's scrapping. So I'm happy to see that. Yes, indeed. Salute Tim Smith. He should teach a class on set screens. He just playing. He keeping that grittiness in that game in the Knicks team. Excuse me. And like I say, y'all always hear me say New York is the New York City Gritty Committee. And I think that's the New York Knicks, and I think that Taj Gibson got a lot to do with that. So pick up the Taj Gibson, man. I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, man, that game last night was all around good effort. We minus the turnovers, we guard the 3-point line, we lock down our defense, and whenever we have a good offense game, that's usually what the results be. When Knicks normally have a good offense game, we win games. That's the bottom. That's basically the way it is. So against that game in Detroit last night, man, what can you say, man? I agree, Dan. He said Todd is the big fundamental. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. I agree with you 100%, man. That guy, he really does know how to play the basic brand of basketball. He does it right. I'm happy about that. But yeah, good win, man. 25-25. We snapped that 3-game losing streak. Now we on to Brooklyn tomorrow. But yeah, for the recap last night, all around game. I love, like you said, I love to see Knox and Frank and Pinson and Harper. I love to see that, man. When those guys came in, I just knew that, okay, we get to rest these guys. We got rest the starters a little bit more early in the game. They get to get their legs under them so they can play Brooklyn on Monday. So just to see that, I would love to see that more often. I hope we can have games like that where we got a good lead, we're comfortable, and then we can go in there and bring our younger guys in and some of the guys on the second unit and or in the third unit, if you want to call it that, or the situational players, and give us some opportunity to play. So I was happy about that last night. Not to jump and look the butter. Well, I'm happy about that. That means he's working in practice. For somebody not getting the time that he's getting, come right in the game and pick up where he left off, just dropping threes. That means he's shooting them in practice. That means he's working on his craft. He's staying ready. And I love to see that. So big up Kevin Knox last night, man. I'm glad to see you rebound and do that, man. Because I love that, especially after them double block on Novell, and then they went down court. Frank caught him in that corner. Bang! I was like, okay. It's a party here tonight. So, yeah, man, big up to the Knicks on that win. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Camilio, Big O, Tim Smith, DA, everybody, man. Salute. Welcome aboard tonight. We're here at Knicks Real Talk Tonight Show. It's your man Divine and BX Jedi 76. We're here on a Sunday, Easter Sunday, just having a good time, man, talking Knicks. We just went through the game recap. We're going to go into some other segments, but right now, with a good win for us, like I said, we have 500, and we back on board, man. Now we got to go into Brooklyn Monday. And try to see what we could do there and try to get this W, man. So I'm excited about that, yeah, man. But it's lovely win last night, and so that was a good feeling to see, man. And let's talk about this right quick, man. As far as Obi Toppin's improvement, I love what I'm seeing out of Obi. I think that's real nice, man. I see him. He's starting to slow the game, slowing down to him, like you would say. The game is slowing down a little bit more. He's starting to be a little bit more aggressive. And I like to see that, man, because I always thought the guy had some talent in him, man. But I like to see him start to try to use it, man. And that's real talk. Brooklyn Belly, peace. I see you, my brother. But it was good, man. It was really, really good to see Obi Toppin get out there the last couple of games and start getting a little feeling under him, man, like he belonged here. And I'm really happy to see that. What you think, BX?
Oh, absolutely. You know me. I'm a big, huge Obi Toppin fan. I really am rooting for that kid. I'm really a big supporter of him. I was going nuts when he started playing, and I'm trying playing here. If anyone had a video camera on me, they'll start laughing. I'm nuts. I go for Obi Toppin. You know, I really want him to do good. You know, I can see that raw. I can see that talent on him there, and I know that Taj Gibson is working with him, and also the coaches Kenny Payne and Julius Randle. He's gonna be one of the good ones. You know, and salute to Jason. Jason, how you doing, man? Welcome aboard. And I know Obi's putting the work in. You know, he's getting aggressive. You know, he's getting aggressive to not just attacking the hole, and the 3 pointers looking a little better. You know, and yeah, like Dan said, Obi is working off the dribble. You know, it's nice to see that. Absolutely, it's like to see the improvement all around. And the defensive effort has always been there. You know, it's just he's noticeable more. You know, and with time he'll cut down on the fouls. You know, with the fouls, and also when he's a rookie, the refs are going to give him, not they're going to give him more fouls than usual. You know, they're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He has to earn it. So with time, and it's good to see him. You know, hopefully we continue this trend. And the Knicks, I just wanted to bring a fun fact. It since 2012 was the last time they had a big 40-point win against Portland. That was when Mike Woodson became the interim coach for Mike D'Antoni. That was the first game against Portland at the Garden. They won that game over 40 points, and the last one was in 1996 against the Toronto Raptors. So those are last time. A little fun fact with that, with the Knicks winning over 40 points, one of the biggest margin in Knicks history was in '96. It was like 48 points against the Toronto, and those are some good teams. You know, those are some teams. Let's see what this team can staple with that. No matter what, depending who, if they even if the Pistons are in the bottom of the barrel, it's still an NBA professional team. Just to go up on that 40 plus points, that's a big statement. No matter, some people on the chat want to say it's just, it's the lonely Pistons, but you still got to beat the opponents in front of you. You still got to execute, and you know what? You got to start somewhere and getting good habits. It's muscle memory. So if they get good habits of shooting and playing that good basketball, regardless is the Pistons, it's going to carry. It's always a carryover effect. So hopefully it carries over, and they see that they play this way. Look out. So let's hope that Brooklyn, they go into Brooklyn and they go in there and let me read what Brooklyn Belly said. Obi and IQ is looking better on the court. Absolutely. IQ is looking more and more as a point guard, trying to get more people involved, felicitating and just dribbling the ball. He's distributing that ball very well. I noticed that. I see that, and also Alfred Payne had nine assists last night as well. He was busy. He was I guess he looked like his days in Orlando when he first came. Assisting and getting involved and not just sticking his head down. He was looking for players to pass the ball around in the first quarter, in the first half. And it's good to see that because he needs to change a little bit his game. I'm pretty sure Coach Thibodeau talked to him, had a talk about him, getting more involved. When, the offense was stagnant, we need you to get more people involved. It's good that you're aggressive to the hole, but, you're a point guard. You got to get more people involved. And it was good to see. All in all, there was nothing to complain about if you're a Knicks fan. Other than the free throws, if they got to get a little more cleaner, and it would have been nice to see RJ get into the party, but I think RJ's still battling with that sore ankle. He has a look a little bit like himself. Defensively he's there, the effort is there, but he looks like he's not himself. Hopefully he gets, he didn't play the fourth quarter, so a little rest there, a day off today, and then he'll be ready for Brooklyn tomorrow, and then the Brooklyn Nets. We're gonna play them next, Divine, and the Brooklyn Nets says we got the big three, possible big four or big five, and Reggie Bullock said we got the big 15. So what do you think on that going into tomorrow night's game?
Yeah, that's interesting. Real quick. Oh yeah, one thing I want to point out from the observation of the game last night, the ball movement was phenomenal.
Yes.
The ball movement was phenomenal. That ball was swinging from man to man, from corner to corner. A couple of times they went in the zone, they dropped. I mean, they were swinging that ball last night, and I think that's what I was reiterating in the last show. I was so upset but disappointed. Like it was just straight one-on-one ISO basketball, and Tom Thibodeau like, nah, we got to move that ball. And sure enough, they was moving that ball last night. I mean, they literally was moving that ball like you wouldn't believe, and I think that played into their hand because I think the Knicks is one of the teams like to use majority of the whole shot clock. You know what I mean? So if one guy get ISO ball and go, that's not using the shot clock. And so I think when they got back to last night was they run when they can run, but we keep moving that ball around. Tom Thibodeau don't mind the shot clock going down long as it's a flow to the game. You know what I mean? And I noticed that last night where it was a flow to the offense. And then with Julius Randle kept the fire and like bullet catch a fire. I mean, so it worked out well. So I was happy about that. But yeah, man, you know what? Bring it on tomorrow, man. I understand it's Brooklyn, but you play the team that's on your schedule. So when we go in there tomorrow, we looking to handle our business. You know what I mean? So for that, with the upcoming schedule, obviously we got the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow at 7:00. You know what I mean? We got the Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Raptors, and the Lakers coming up. But right now, you know what? We go into Brooklyn tomorrow and play ball. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I'm not worried. I don't worry about too much of our offense. If they play, if they could do what they do, because I don't believe in Brooklyn's defense like that. I really don't. You know what I mean? I think they lost to the Bulls today, actually.
Yes, they did.
They lost to the Bulls today. You know what I mean? So they, and like on any given day, you could be beat. They might get KD that tomorrow, possibly, but like I said, it don't matter. And ain't no undefeated teams in the association. You know what I mean? So anybody can on any given night you can get something dealt to you. If the Knicks play their A game, they got a good chance of beating a lot of people. I just think we just got to get back to our ways. I know it started with a less inferior team last night, but like I said, they are in the association, so you got to play who on your schedule. And hopefully we beat some good teams. We beat some good teams in the association, and we lost some good teams too. So this is another game on the schedule, man. I think we're gonna go in here. Right here in our homes, in our hometown, the state and city, they just gonna go in there and try to make it happen. And I hope they continue. I hope this is a rollover from last night, until tomorrow, and we'll see. But yeah, man, we just got to take that game. Bam, bam, 1892 salute. I see you, bro. Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it was all good, man. So we just had to go in there and get busy. Brooklyn Nets and the Knicks. You know what I mean? Or let me rephrase that: Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets. I got to put our boys first and foremost. So yeah, man, I'm excited about it tomorrow. It's gonna be, like they tell me they got the big 3, we got the big 15. I love when Buddy Bill put that out. That was pretty.
Right.
That was legit right there. But that just showed you that the team camaraderie with the team and the way they get down with each other, man. And I like that. I mean, they play. They got a lot of good. And I see why they didn't make a lot of moves there, because that's like a really, really team, family type oriented situation they got going on there. I mean, they are really, really oriented down there, and them guys play for each other. And like I said, now you got the big 3, but we got a whole team, because everything is about the team. So I like that, man. What you think about that? Think about that situation?
Absolutely, our big 15, because he's trying to say that it's a team effort. It's not just the superstars; it's a whole team effort. The Knicks are going to beat you collectively as a team effort. And we're going to go ahead and we play together. It's not just one man or a group, a bunch of small group and all that. And I like that. I like to see that. And I know that they're going to, continue their hot ways, their hot shooting. That defense never sleeps. So I know that defense and the effort is always there, no matter what. Night in and night out, the New York Knicks will always give you that defensive effort. And Novell is going to have a big game, man. Novell is going to go in there, man. He's gonna come in there in the second unit and have a big game. I saw Tosh got a little banged up a little bit. He was grimacing on but he'll play. He's a gritty a center there. But but we had Novell, and then when the dislocated finger, I was like, oh man, here we go again. We got somebody, but no, he toughed it out. He'll be in there, and it was good to see that. It was really pleasant. All in all, man, it's just let's go. I wish we could have played Brooklyn right on it, right there, right then, right now. As hot as we were last night, I was like, that's good. Let's just tip off. Let's just bring on the Nets and let's tip them off right there, because it was, we just wanted to keep that momentum going. Like we were gonna bottle it up and save it for some other time. I was like, you know what? Can we keep 20 points for some other game?
Yeah. They read them up last night, bro. I'll tell you. But yeah, that you know what? He's the guy that took advantage of his situational minutes. You know what I mean? He obviously one thing with Tom Thibodeau, he's the third string boy behind a 10-day contract. He's not going in front of no Todd Gibson. He's not going in front of Nerlens Noel. No, he's on a 10-day contract. But within them 10 days, you get a chance to tell him to give me another 10 day. You know what I mean? So, but I love what he brought to that energy last night. That double block spark, and when they went down to hit that, Kevin Knox hit that 3 in the corner. That was just fun to watch, man. That was the passion that we were missing. But I love to see that last night. So that was a good one. So I know we're going to Brooklyn, and we're gonna try to hold it down. Brooklyn Belly, he is that dude though. He's 28 years old. The man, he's a rebounder, defense, shot blocker. And you know what? And that's good to have, knowing that we lost Mitch If he could hold on to that 10-game contract for the second one, and they say, you know what, just get to sign a man through the season, I wouldn't even be mad at it. You know what I mean? What I noticed what they did. See, they bringing in people who fit the build of the team and who are blending with the chemistry and the camaraderie, not looking to take somebody's spot. They don't want players even thinking like that. They just want somebody who can come in and give me basketball minutes at a high level. And that boy did that last night. You know what I mean? He came in and gave ball at a high level. He wasn't disrupting the team. It wasn't he taking nobody's spot. No. When he called me, I'm gonna go and do my job, and I love to see that last night. That was awesome.
What a debut! What a debut for that young man to come in there. What a way to first. They say first impression is the biggest key for everything. What a first impression he left us as Knicks fans. Coming in there, going for that dunk, dislocating his finger. We're like, oh, and then he stood in the game, hit one free throw, and then he went and blocks not just one, two in the same possession shots. It was like, welcome to New York. It's like, welcome to New York. I belong on this team. And to see the bench, I really like to see the way the bench, rally around him and made him feel welcome and said, you know what, you're part of us. He's like an initiation, and he got initiated right there and then. And first Brooklyn Betty said we need to sign him because let's hope. Let's was it Novel Insanity?
Right. Salute, yeah. Like he said, they need to sign him because the Knicks need a legend in 2 minutes. That's good. Jason said, well, absolutely.
Let's just have some fun with it because the ins and outs. Because we were down in the last few games with the Minnesota and Dallas. Let's just smile a little bit. This team is resilient. They fought for us. They won this game for us. Let us have a little smile to there because we know because in another 12 hours is battle. It's back to the battle, back to the grind, and the next opponent. So right now, we just as fans, let's just savor that and appreciate that hard work from that kid, man. He could have just went out of the game and his finger and he got him iced it up. He stood there, man. He knows he has to get. He wants to make an impression, and he did it, man. He didn't lose a toenail that he's missing 2 games or 3 games. I don't want to mention any name, Drummond. But he's in there toughing it up. Divine.
He earned my respect last night when his finger looked the way it did. He sat there, man, popped that thing back in place, went back out there. I was like, okay, that's a warrior. That's a warrior right there. You know what I mean? You can't even look at that no other way. You know what I mean? Them awards, like Tim Smith said, those guys on the bench were cheering like we won the title. Great support for the guys who seldom play. Absolutely, man. That's what I was saying, Tim. It's like they got a family. There's no jealousy, envy. You know what I mean? They just like, you know what? This is what the coach got us doing here. This is the way we running it. And when my chance come, I'm going to come in there and take advantage of it and be ready. Because like I said, you never know when somebody go down and you got to step up. You know what I mean? And so you always got to be ready. And I know you don't like sitting on the bench. But I do agree, man. That support for them guys on the bench is wonderful. I mean, it's a team game. Basketball is a team game, but the Knicks got that thing like a family atmosphere. They cheer one another. They go hard. They pick each other up when they're going down. I mean, it's really great to see, man. The culture that they built down there is something special. So I mean, and that guy, even though he on a 10-day contract, he a Knick. You know what I mean? And so he's a Knick. You know what I mean? Even if it's only 10 days, the man is a New York Knick. So, he's part of that team. He's a part of and he showed that last night. When he was sitting back there, he said, I know I just got here. I probably going to get in the game tonight. Man, Tibbs called his number. He came and stepped in. You know what I mean? So that's happy to see. He might not play the next 9 games. We don't know. But he played last night. He definitely had a good game. He really made the Knick team feel good because them dudes, when he blocked the 2 shots, you see Obi on the sideline, the way they were jumping, them cats was hyped. Because I was hyped. I was like, man, that was a nice play. That's effort. He went for the block on one side, on the right side, spent back on the left side, and blocked my man shot twice. Kicked the ball out, ran down court. Frank got it. Frank went down the middle. Carter went toward the left baseline and court knocks over there and bang. That was pretty. So I mean, it was fun. You know what I mean? That we've been wanting to see a little bit of excitement, man. We lost 3 games in a row. We needed something to cheer us up, and that was pretty awesome. So
right, especially on the transition. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, salute to Novrell Pell, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Welcome aboard the Knicks team. About to keep it moving. Help get us some wins to help us keep this playoff fight going on. You know what I mean? And so other than that, man, like I said, we got the up and coming schedule. I think we still, not counting today's schedule, we still was 7th in the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? So we still there fighting and competing. And hopefully we can go into Brooklyn tomorrow and pull off an upset tomorrow, keep us in those standards. You know what I mean? But we in there, man. We competing, we battling, and we still in the 7th spot. Like I said, Nets lost tonight, so Chicago got them. I think they got to their 20th game or whatever. But we just got to keep fighting and grinding, man, and take it one day at a time and stay in this race. You know what I mean? We 7th in the Eastern Conference standings. We still looking good. We can bounce back. Tough schedule coming up. We got some dominant teams. That's all right. You play the people on the schedule. We're going to go in there and compete. You know what I mean? I think that's what we're going to do. So real quick, Knicks Real Talk, the night show, Divine BX Jedi 76. Of course, we got the chat that's always in the building who's part of the show all the time. So to everybody out there, man, everybody had a lovely Easter Sunday. By yourself, with your friends, your family, y'all had a beautiful Sunday, and that's what's up, man. We in here, man. So we just talking Knicks night, game recap from last night, and I tell you what though, real quick, Detroit Pistons, I like that nice little young team they got. They got some athletic cats down there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
I like the little athletic team they got down there. So I just wanted to give Detroit Pistons a shout out on that, man. I like the way they got them young guys. They're gonna be nice going down the line, man. They got some nice young talent down there. I hope to see they just do their thing, man. But yeah, we came and gave it to them last night because it's part of the game. But yeah, man, we like I said, we in that Eastern Conference thing, man, and we need to stay around there at BX, man. What you think, brother?
Absolutely. Yeah, with Detroit, real quick with Detroit, they got a good wing, and their front court is very formidable, very nice front court. Slick Bay, and they just need to pull their point guard away. Maybe probably they'll get Suggs or any point guard coming out of the draft that they get the lottery pick. They definitely could use that. But back to real quick, I just wanted to give you an update on the Celtics beat the Hornets 116-86. So that's a game that, two teams that were jockeying up and down. So the big win for the Celtics, they were behind us and they want to try to leapfrog us, and we play them head to head. So, and also brings down the Hornets. So I'm pretty sure Miami now jumps to the 4th. And the Bulls, impressive win, 115-107 over the Brooklyn Nets and down there. And currently a game that we're keeping an eye on. We got the Hawks and the Warriors. The Warriors are visiting in Atlanta. The Warriors got destroyed the other night. A very embarrassing loss. Even despite they didn't have their horses, they didn't have Curry, they didn't have Draymond Green, but they still got formidable players there. But right now they're leading the Hawks 67-65, and that's in the middle of the 3rd quarter. So that's a game we're going to be keeping an eye on all night too, because the Hawks are in front and ahead of us, and we want to try to gain a half a game on them. So we going into the game tomorrow against Brooklyn, and we keep an eye on that around the league, and those are the games that are important matters and standing wise with us currently right now. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, and we're going into Brooklyn tomorrow. Let's hope that no names come up on the injury report. Guys from the starting unit had enough time to rest. Hopefully they have enough rest and ice up any bangs or bruises, and they get in there to come in and shoot. Come in and play, and we'll have a full complement of players on our team. I really don't want to see too much of the injury bug. It's getting a little, enough. Every time we play a really point of a season when we're in a real important game or pinnacle part of going up, always our point guards get injured, or one of our important point guards go down with an injury. I know next man up, but when you start bringing in the bench and to play as a starter, you start weakening the bench. But hopefully we get a couple more of these kind of wins where we could get these guys on our deep bench to start playing and staying sharp. So next man up. So when they do get injuries, they're ready to come on the forefront and play with each other and have that NBA minutes on their legs and shoot around and get to it, so they don't come in too nervous and play like a Pinton or Harper. It's gonna take all 15. The big 15 is gonna take. It's a team effort, and they're gonna need all of us together to win. I know Tibbs only plays a short rotation, a 9 to 10 at time, but it's good to have these other extra 5 guys to be sharp, ready, and when their numbers get called, like Knox. I hope Knox get a couple more minutes. I don't know how Tibbs is going to do it, but spread it around. Maybe if Alex Burks is not giving you something, you put it, let him play. Take away 5 minutes from here from one player, another 3 minutes from another. That's 8 minutes you have there. You could play, Kevin Knox in here or situational. So hopefully going forward, I hope he open eyes, and I hope the coaches reward him for his hard work. Divine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Kevin Knox. I think I think if we keep doing what he's doing, he gonna give him some burn. I think Tibbs gonna reward the people who deserve to be rewarded. And penalize the people who deserve to be penalized. No, But he just got to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? That's saying the next game, you know, he might not even see before against Brooklyn. Who knows? I don't know if it was just because they had a blowout or they was comfortable with the lead, so they let him get in. He might go back to the status quo tomorrow. Like, you know what? Nah, these are the guys in my rotation. Y'all guys have got in because we had the game under control. You know, and he might go back to that. The case that not had to go back to where he at. You know, him, Frank, and guys. So, but you know, either way it goes, good to see that they staying ready. You know, what I mean, I'm happy to see that them guys know. You know, I know it ain't my time right now. I'm not in the coach's scheme of things, but you know, they have the opportunity to play the game. You know what I mean? So that's good to see right there that he's giving them that opportunity to let him get in there when he can put him in there. You know what I mean? If he can't put you in, he can't put you in. But then it's all good. We take it with a grain of salt, man. It's 25 and 25. You know, we back to 500. So you know, I think that was we got to look at that too, man. That was a good thing, man. Yeah. Dan A said, man, that's got to happen during clinching week, and we need a run of wins. Absolutely, but I agree with you 100%, Dan. We do. We really do, man. And I think it will. You know what I mean? And Brooklyn Billy said, I hope we play well. We hope we played them as well as we did the last game. With different outcome. Absolutely.
I'll sign for that. One possession game at the fourth quarter tomorrow. Either we hold them defensively or we need to hit a winning shot. I'll sign up for that right now. You know, because you can tell it's going to be an entertaining game. It's going to be a back and forth game, and yeah, I'll definitely sign. Right now on the dotted line, I'll sign up for that with the Brooklyn Nets. You know, one possession game with 2 minutes or even with under a minute when either team with the ball. It doesn't matter as long as it's a one possession game. I'll take it definitely.
Yeah, no doubt. I think if we go in there and bring our A game to the forefront and just make sure we defensively sound. You know what I mean? Because if KD come back, you know what I mean, and then you got him, then you got they got some 3-point shooters out there. They bombs away. Joe Harris, KD, Kyrie, Johnson. You know what I mean? They got some shooters out there. You know, Blake even shoot the three better. Some people think he may be Blake Griffin. You know what I mean? And but you know what? It don't matter. We going to battle. You know, we just going to battle. You know, we guard the 3-point line, and I think we got enough. I think Julius Randle made Blake Griffin work on a defense standpoint. He gonna have to work against Julius Randle. You know what I mean? So he wasn't always known as a great defense player. So he gonna have to work. You know what I mean? And Julius Randle gonna. And what I like about that is I'm comfortable with that tomorrow. I think Nerlens Noel, he's gonna make DeAndre Jordan work. You know what I mean? I don't think Knicks coming there to lay down tomorrow. We know and understand that. If you're a Knicks fan, you need to know and understand that. Because I'm quite sure we all looked at all 50 games this year. The Knicks is not going in there to lay down. You know what I mean? We might have a lapse in a game that costs us a game, and when we come to the arena, we come to play. You know what I mean? That's one thing I can truly say about the Knicks this year. They come to the arena to play. You know what I mean? And you know, so you know what, they got the big three. We agree with that, but you know what? We got a big defense. And let's just go get it. You know, let's go in there tomorrow and let's go get it. You know what I mean? Just right. Like they lost today, they can lose. Just like they lost today, they can lose tomorrow. Ain't no big deal. It can happen. You know what I mean? So you know what? But if KD come back, and even though if he come back, we know he KD. But you know what? So what? You still got to play him. You know what I mean? Right. You play who on the court. I don't care if they full strength or they're missing 8 players. You know, you go hard against everybody. Whether you know, and I think that's a learning lesson that we took from last night, that in that Minnesota game. You both to go hard against anybody. I don't care if they got 11 wins or 12 wins. I don't care if they got 50 wins. You go hard against everybody. You know what I mean? And I think that was what they took from that game in Minnesota. You know what I mean? And then that game, the other game against Dallas, you put to go hard against everybody. You know what I mean? And I think that's how that approach they took last night. You know what I mean? And they went in Detroit. Okay, y'all in the league, but are you in our league? No, you ain't in our league. So, yeah, but that was good to see, man. Dan said we got to watch for the hard and green and PR pick and roll. Absolutely, that killed us the last time. I agree with you, man. We got to be up for all of it, man. And like I said, we really do, man. And but I'm confident Thibodeau gonna have them ready, and I'm confident they want to be ready. They know what this game is. They know this is a New York City, Brooklyn against the Knicks game. Them players know that. You know what I mean? That's why they went hard the last time and almost won that game. They know who they playing tomorrow. You know what I mean? And they know this is going to be a game they want. It's going to be for the talk of New York for the day or for the couple of weeks or whatever. So they got to get it, man. What do you think? I think they just got to go get it tomorrow.
Yeah, and you could tell that the Knicks, from the comments from Bullock and Randall, they have a bad taste in their mouth with this team. This team has left them that loss that they have a bad taste in their mouth. They're gonna come out. They're ready. They want to come out and get this because they want to get one game going into at least from the one game of the series, so they could give that doubt in the mind of the Brooklyn Nets. You know what? We don't want to see these guys in the playoffs. They beat us. They gave us some tough matchup. At least the first game, I understand we lost. We weren't really competed that game. We really got blown out in that game with Kevin Durant was on it. But the second game was a real close game, one possession game. And then if we go ahead and we play them in tough again and we win this game in one possession game. Remember, we lost the game we were not supposed to lose was the Minnesota. So law of averages, the Knicks are due to win a game they're not supposed to win. So I'm not saying we don't know where it's coming from. It's going to happen. It's basketball. You're going to win games that you weren't meant to win, and you're going to lose games that you were meant to win, vice versa. So I'm hoping that law of averages comes up, and we get in favor on winning this game. I want to see the win this game. I know it's going to be a tough task, a tough order. Like I said, I'll sign up for a one possession game. And we'll see how we'll let that go. Where, like you said, where the chips fall, and we'll see how that goes from there. I'm feeling they're going to be competitive. They're going to have a good game again. So I want to know. My point is, are they going to learn from their previous mistakes with the Brooklyn Nets, with the Philadelphia team? Late possession, and can they hold a lead like they lost against the Heat? When you get those double-digit leads, can you hold on and build on it like they did in the previous game against Detroit? Build those double-digit leads, and go ahead and continue to hold that lead and allowing to continue to get other people involved when you have a double-digit lead. So you don't have to heavily rely on your main horses and get them gassed, get tired. Because, we're heading now to the long stretch of the season, and we need everyone to be playing, to the A game and efficient. So we'll look at that tomorrow with Brooklyn and let's do it because not look ahead to the Celtics. We don't worry. Let's not worry about the Celtics we're jockeying with back and forth one game at a time. Like I always said, one possession, one quarter, one half, one game at a time, and we'll build on those on small goals and we'll win that. Have a good strong first quarter is going to be key against Brooklyn.
Yeah. If you look at the all-around matchup, and like I said, you got Nerlens Noel and DeAndre Jordan. That kind of cancels itself out, basically. To me, their stats gonna be about the same. And I think Julius Randle and Blake Griffin, that's going to be an interesting matchup at the 4th spot. And I think Julius Randle going to get his. I think he's going to hold his own. So it's not like just because they got Blake Griffin, he's going to outdo Randle. I don't think that's the case. I think Randle going to do what he's going to do. And I know Blake Griffin. He's definitely talented enough to do what he could do. But so to me, I just got the edge in that one a little bit. Julius Randle right now, comes from the way he's been playing all year, and what he's been doing. I think the numbers he's putting up. And I know Blake Griffin capable of doing that, but I think tomorrow night that matchup definitely goes to Julius.
That's
Randle.
if he plays. That's if he plays, because who knows if he's plays something. I think they're there. Remember, it's a back. I didn't look the numbers. I didn't see the game. Who played and who didn't, because they're coming off a back-to-back also. We forgot to mention. Brooklyn will be on a back-to-back, and usually they don't play a lot of their stars on a back-to-back. That's probably why Durant might play, and maybe Kyrie might not play tomorrow night, or I don't know if Harden played. Or like I said, I'll look at the box score, and I'll look at that to see where is that on that, and we'll see on the back-to-back who's going to play, who's not going to be available. You got Baldridge all there as well. He could, he's pretty tall, but if he plays against Randle is much more quick-footed and quicker, and I could see him play him on a much more quicker speed, and he won't be able to keep up with a Randle speed. My only concern is he has a little more length on Randle, but I think his quickness and his girth is going to be an advantage. And don't think that Novell is going to be a key contributor, because he played on that system. He played them. He grinded with them in practice. He knows their tendencies and all that, what moves, where they like to be defensive, and he wants to. I will see he'll be a big key going in there with put him against Jordan to play in a little minutes, and maybe Tasha's a little banged up, and he might Tibbs might not want to play him too many minutes and play Novell in there because he saw something. You never know. You never know what the rotation he is. I know he's our third option in an emergency, but You could. I would. I be surprised to see him play in more minutes in tomorrow's game. It wouldn't surprise me. So yeah,
I,
we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that.
I love to see even for this sense here, you know, I believe it's really position as basketball to me. You know what I mean? I really do believe that. I wouldn't mind at one time, just for the sake of how big they are in the matchup, let's hypothetically say when just a thought, guys. It's not saying that it makes sense, and it does make sense to me anyway. But let's say that, you know what, they when LaMarcus Aldridge come in by backing up the power forward, you bring Todd to the back of power forward.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you could let OB freelance at the small. It's only for a few minutes. Let OB free set up the small forward spot for a minute. You know what I mean? I'm backing up. I guess it would be Bullock. Yeah, let him back up Bullock. And you could bring Noel in to come in at the backup center. You know what I mean? But I think Todd to make it hard on Aldridge too. You know what I mean? Because Todd is a veteran ball player. He and that's his natural position anyway, which is the power forward spot. You know, he's been playing his whole career. So I could see them say, okay, you know what? When LaMarcus Aldridge come in, you know, slide Todd over there and just throw Bullock in, not Bullock, throw Obi in at the 3-4 minute. It's only for like a couple of minutes. It ain't like he playing the whole game there. Like so, and then like maybe then that allows us to put a little pressure on LaMarcus Aldridge because his game is in that post. You know what I mean? That mid range game, and that's what Todd Gibson good at. You know what I mean? That's what he do. You know what I mean? Todd Gibson is a good defender in that post. You know what I mean? In the post and around the key and all that. So I love to see them do that. And then you know, far as if Durant playing, then you know what, whoever guard him don't have to guard him. You know, he gonna get hit. But anyway, no matter who he guarding, but just don't make it easy on him. You know, if he scores 40, scored 30, hey, whatever. As long as they lose the game, that's all that counts. And then yeah, that's all that matters. You know, that's what superstars do. They score. So if you Durant hot, you just gotta make sure everybody else ain't getting the cookie. You know what I mean? So but it's gonna be a fun game, man. It's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? I hope we go in there, compete and battle, and really let Brooklyn know that the last time we played y'all, it wasn't no fluke. You know, I know you got your superstar back, but we still gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think they feel that way. So let's hope that's what the outcome be. But it's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun. You know, Knicks at the Barclays tomorrow. 7:30. You know, we're gonna go in there and just try to put some work in. Knicks Real Talk, y'all. The night show. It's your man Divine BX Jedi 76. Salute to the chat that's always in here, man. Hope everybody out there chilling, doing well. Happy Easter to everybody out there, man. Those who participate. And we just chilling, man. We here just talking Knicks, man. You know, what happened in Detroit last night, you know, what's going on tomorrow and anything in between. You know, we just talking Knicks, man, like we do, man. So that's what's up, man. But yeah, man, BX, it'll be fun tomorrow night, man. We just gotta go in there and get it on.
Real quick with the Brooklyn Nets, I looked at real quick on the minutes. Blake Griffin played 22 minutes of this game. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. LaMarcus Aldridge played 26 minutes. He had 3 rounds, 11 points, and 1 assist. Kyrie Irving logged in 39 minutes, man. 39 minutes he had 2 rebounds, 15 assists with 24 points. So you got something to watch there. Kyrie Irving had a lot of minutes in there, so I don't think he might not play or they'll really limit his goal. You know, that's a lot of minutes. Jeff Green had logged in with 25 minutes. He had 21 points. You know, he had hot shooting. We had 1 rebound, 2 assists, but they featured him on offense. You know, it looked like that. And of course, you got to watch for Larry Shaman. He had 13 points. He had 22 minutes in there. So a lot of minutes with what you call it, with Kyrie Irving and Green torches last time. So you know, he really had a good game against us, but he had a lot of minutes this game coming up, and he was featured a lot. He had a lot of touches, and you know, that's something to look at for next game. You know, hopefully you come a little gassed or tired. What I did like about the Detroit game, the guards were pushing the ball up as soon as they got the rebound. They were pushing the outlet pass, and they were pushing it. And I'm starting to see the Knicks starting to push and run more, which is a testament of trying to beat the zone. So hopefully, I don't see Brooklyn will play too much zone. If they do, well, hopefully the Knicks continue their pushing of their ball and aggressiveness and try to run and go in the transition game and push, because they're coming off a back-to-back, especially when you have Green out there. And if Kyrie plays, you got to push it. You know, I know he's ready to go, but 39 minutes, you are going to get gassed. You know, it is a tough one. And also, they were in Chicago, so they have to travel back home. You know, on a back-to-back. You know, so that's another thing we need to see. let's hope that they get in a little late. They come. They have something going on in Chicago Airport that they can't go through whatever, and the flight gets delayed, and they get in a little late. And oh no, you know what? Let's no excuses. We want them nice and fresh, so they don't have any excuses. We want to beat them for that, and we'll see. We'll see all those minutes, those log minutes. If they get in late, you'll see they might hold guys back and not play them on a back-to-back. So we might not see Griffin, because Griffin last time there was a back-to-back, they didn't play him. They kept him out because of maintenance days. So we'll see, and we'll that's why you guys got to keep posted on our Facebook page, Knicks Real Talk, the page, the group on Twitter, Knicks Real Talk, and as well as Instagram now, and Knicks Real Talk on Instagram, and we keep all that posted. As soon as I find out any information, our team will put it on there and put it on those platforms, and you'll see all that information as soon as we get it around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, around that time. We'll put it up there, before the game goes, and you get that notification, and you'll see who's going to play, who's not, and we'll keep that up and running. And I want to salute everyone out there. For Steve, Elite Maintenance, I know you're always listening. I want to salute all the Air Force men down in Georgia. To Private Brian Andrew, I know you're listening and you're watching, and I know you chimed in a little earlier. Salute to you and everyone out there in your squad, in your squadron, and we give you, we say what's up, stay safe, and keep serving the country, and we thank you for your service and all that, and we really appreciate it, and we can hope the Lord keeps protecting you guys, each and one, all you men and women that serve our country. So yeah, we thank you, and Joshua, what's going on? I'm glad to have you here, and I want to read your quote. It says, "I want all the smoke, and I want everyone on the Nets to play." Hey, absolutely, we want no excuses. We want no excuses, but in reality is they like to do a lot of maintenance days on getting guys relaxed, and they're a porcelain and china shop, so they keep their guys like that, so they're a little soft. So we'll see, we'll see. We want to get them on the floor and play their best, of course we want it. So there's no excuses, and hopefully we don't have any injuries. Hopefully RJ bounces back from his ankle. His last few days, his ankle, and it wasn't him. He looks like he's not himself, with his ankle and his jump shot. So hopefully he rebounds from that, and we'll get a strong game from him. We could really use it, and keep on that good aggressive attack, Divine.
Yeah, no doubt. A big key tomorrow is going to be Alpha Payton's coming out on defense against Kyrie Irving. I think that's going to be a real important matchup tomorrow, coming out of the gate. If Alpha Payton could, kind of slow him down a little bit, to keep us in the game. I think that'd be real interesting, man. I think if we could do that, I think that'd be real important if he can contain him a little bit. Kyrie is Kyrie, man. He's the real deal. He's creme de la creme out there in the league. So, but I think if Alpha Payton can just slow him down a little bit at the beginning of the game to let our offense, stay in the game in the first quarter, and maybe. I think we'd be all right coming down for the rest of the stretch. As long as we can have a good first quarter and don't get behind, but stay competitive with them from a scoring standpoint, because our defense is going to definitely try to keep us there. We just got to see how our offense is going to come out and play tomorrow. And I think if Reggie Bullock can have just if not the game he had the other day or close to it, I think we'd be fine. I think if Alec Burks have a good game, we'd be fine. If Quickly have a good game, I think we'd be fine. I really do. I think if we Alex Burks, Quickly, and Reggie Bullock, if them guys can have a good game, a consistent game tomorrow, I think we got a chance. If them three can kind of just give us their A game tomorrow night, I really think Derrick Rose going to do his thing. I think RJ and Randall going to do their thing. We just need them guys, some guys scoring that we depend on. And even with the second unit. If LaMarcus Aldridge come in, it's either whether it's Griffin or LaMarcus Aldridge, like you said, I would run them jokers. I don't think none of them can keep up with Obi Toppin. You know what I mean? I don't think they got the speed to keep up with Obi Toppin so hopefully the Knicks get out and get a couple of easy fast break points tomorrow, man, and just run up and down the court like you said a little bit. When they can. When a fast break opportunity comes, whether it's off a good defense turnover or just a good rebound and they catch them lagging or something. Throw that hockey outlet pass and see if Derrick Rose can put that speed on coming up and down that court and make it happen. So I'm interested to see that tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be good, man. I think we just gotta go play our A game. You know, New York City Gritty Committee, man. We go in there and hold it down, bring our hard hat and our lunch pail, you know what I mean? And go out there and grind it out, man. Just, you know, leave everything on the floor and let's get it popping for New York tomorrow. Brooklyn and Manhattan in the house, you know what I mean? Let's go do it, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be fun, you know what I mean? It's gonna be good fun, man. Like I said, it's more fun for me because we won the game last night, so it makes it like we coming in there, you know, we got a little groove back to us, you know what I mean? And so I'm looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be a real good game tomorrow.
Absolutely. I remember I was reading in Twitter. It was saying a note when Kevin Knox played in 13 games since he's been pulled out of rotation since January, and the Knicks are 10-3 in those games. Whenever Knox comes in and plays and contributes, so they're 10-3. Something to look at for a fun fact. But you know, he still got to keep his head up, and you can see he hasn't been down and he hasn't kicked himself down. And none of these players, even Obi, you know, the time when he struggles and his down point, he still kept there. He still kept that effort, intensity. He still was diving for balls, you know, on the floor, getting all that court burn, and he's still putting his time, and he's still engaged with it when celebrating when his team does something positive. He's the one of the first ones to jump up and be there, engage on it, and the timeouts. And so, you know, those are things, fun facts to show, to see that, you know, what I like about this, Divine, everyone that came into Coach Tibbs' locker room, they took their ego and they left it at the door. Everyone, every player on the team, their ego's at the front door. Even Coach has left his ego on the front door. He's playing, he's developing these young men. It might not be to the liking as us as fans, but he's there. He's playing on it. He's sticking with Obi Toppin, you know. He's playing them. Granted, he might have a short lease. He's playing them. He's giving them that opportunity quickly, you know. They drafted him and let the kid play. The kid has played and he's showing, you know, he's growing, you know, he's a little bit, you know, his offense is taking a step back, but he's showing, you can see that he's getting more of his teammates involved, and he's becoming more as a passive distributor and going in there, still doing his thing. And he you know, he's in the top 4 in Rookie of the Year candidates still, you know, and he's still showing improvement. He's trying to improve in others. So the game is slowing down even more for him, and he's going to get on a roll, and it's going to be really good if him and Obi starts getting on a roll together and have our 2-man game in the second unit between them two. And they're young, and they're going to be here for years to come. They're only going to, you know, and they start excelling now and as a rookie season. Watch out, you know, watch out, and it's only going to be a positive. And you know, you got to continue being positive with it and relax. It was bleak when we lost that 3-game losing streak. It was very bleak. It was very dark. But you know, we kept saying there's positivity coming out of this. You know, we've seen development. If we lose those 3 games and we develop and we wake up on Obi Toppin to give us 12 points every game, averaging, you know, a 10 every game, and giving us, you know, aggressive play, and allowing Randall to take some time off, you know, at least 10 to 12 minutes less from his minutes he's been logging on now. I mean, you guys will take it. I will take it. And, you know, the wins will come because he's developing, he's winning, he's playing, and he's contributing to the team in a positive offensive area that we were needing. So we didn't need to make that trade. We didn't need to get that buyout market candidate, because we have the guys on our squad. If Obi could just step up and start scoring the ball, which he can, because he was our first round pick. He was highly talented, scouted, and he's talented. He has the ability. You see that the offensive game is there, and he's putting the work on defense. Maybe his offense took a step back to learn his defense. He probably went 100% to learn the defense and get in coach's favorite. Knew that he was going into a coach who's a defensive-minded coach, and he says, you know what, I'm going to put my offensive game onto the side, check that at the door. Like I just said, they all check their egos at the door, and I'm going to check my offensive ego on the door, and I'm going to go 110% to this defense and learn this defense, play this defense, move and understand it until I master that craft. And then I worry about the offense because I have the ability and the gift to do it. So maybe that's what's going on with Obi Toppin, and he's turning it around now. So we got to have patience with our guys, and we'll see. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we'll see how it goes. I know we're getting down to the nitty gritty when we're going to need to go in the sprint, but you know what? We'll continue our pace, and I think we're going to go with the pace we're going with, Divine.
Yeah, I agree. We just got to stay the course, man. But I like what I'm seeing from Obi and them as well, man. You know, it's a process, man. You know, it's a process, man. Everybody's matured a different way. Everybody catches on a different way. You know what I mean? So it takes some people longer, it takes some people faster. You know, that's life. You know what I mean? He might be one of the guys who might have to study the process more. You know what I mean? Took a little longer to get, and not only that, because of the way he's playing at, who he's playing with, who he's playing behind, who you know, and you know, this is new to him. You know what I mean? And the NBA is not dating. We get that. You know what I mean? And it might just take him a little longer. You know what I mean? But that don't mean he's not going to get it. And as you can see, he's starting to feel it a little bit more. He's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. He may be starting to get a little bit more selfish. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think Obi Toppin was too selfish. Dude, shoot the ball. You know what I mean? Just shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, unselfish. I'm sorry, he was a little bit unselfish. Excuse me. Yes, he was a little bit too unselfish. Man, you got to shoot the ball. You know what I mean? Like Tom Thibodeau would say, you overshoot. Don't worry about getting in trouble. You know, he'll let you know if you do something wrong, but you got to shoot that ball though. You know what I mean? You can't. And I think he's starting to see that. I think he's starting to finally settle in, and that's good to see. So hopefully it carry over, and he started getting still a little bit more comfortable, man. He started contributing even more, because if Obi Toppin give you 8 to 9 points, man, that's 8 to 9 points we didn't have. Think about it, he ain't scoring the last 5 or 6 games. You know what I mean? So if he can give you a consistent 8 to 9 points, that's just adding on to the team average. You know what I mean? Now we scoring more points. So I think we got a good chance to start hitting our stride these last 20-something games. And I hopefully that's what the case may be, man. We know it now. We know we in here now. We know what it is. We might as well just go ahead and do what we're gonna do. And I'm hoping that's the case. The feeling that they have right now, we just got to go ahead and hold it down. So it's gonna be exciting tomorrow, man. I'm looking forward to it. We're going there battling Brooklyn Nets, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. Divine BHLI 76. Salute to everybody out there, man. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody on YouTube, you know, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, man. Y'all chiming in, checking out the night show, man. We appreciate y'all coming on. We just talking Knicks basketball. That's what it is. It's real talk. We just talking basketball. You know what I mean? Knicks Real Talk. We ain't here tonight, man. Tomorrow morning, guys, 7:30 a.m. East Coast time. Y'all can catch the morning show. Me and Beer Jedi, 7:30 every morning of the game. We go on the morning at 7:30. Talk Knicks news to get you going for the morning, to get your energy up, get ready to get out there and get on your grind and all that. So you can hit us up tomorrow morning, 7:30, man, 7:30 a.m. Knicks Real Talk, the morning show. We're always on our grind as well. So salute to everybody out there. Yeah, man, it's going to be a big game tomorrow. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a big game. And Brooklyn Buddies have beaten the Nets would be good. And losing to the Timberwolves was bad. Absolutely, BX. Brooklyn Belly, I agree with you, man. That would be a nice feeling tomorrow. It really be a really nice feeling tomorrow to beat the Brooklyn Nets, man. That's because we competed so hard and so close against them the last time. You know what I mean? So we got to see. We got to see, you know, how it happens. But I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. So, you know, that's what it's going to do. We're going to get in there tomorrow and make it happen. And real quick, because it's still around, guys, you know, we still got the buyout market here. You know, we still got about 4 or 5 days, whatever the case may be. Today, before we got almost 5 days. Yeah, 5 days to see if we still can get another player to add to the roster if need be. You know what I mean? So that's something to keep in mind going down the line. Like I said, we ain't finished yet. You know what I mean? We still got a roster spot. You know what I mean? So you know, hopefully we fill it. You know, but what's interesting about it, if you don't fill it just to fill it, you're gonna have to be somebody who can really come in here and make a contribution. Because that's the case, then you just use Knox and all them. You know what I mean? So hopefully, if they do get somebody in the buyout market, they're gonna come in here and make a contribution to the team. Because if Knox, and you could play Knox and them guys. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be interesting to see. And you know, but who's out there? I can't even tell you from other than the guy that I know that's not playing is Jabari Parker. Wow, I mean, Kyle O'Quinn. I know he's not playing. We don't need that no more because we got Pell now. So you know, a wing or back another forward, just another wing player, 3 and D. Maybe somebody who can give us some good defense and shoot the trade, almost like a Carby Coppin and Reggie Bullock with a little bit more height for me. You know what I mean? And that's why I like Jabari Parker. You know, he just got a little height. He could play ball. You know what I mean? He ain't asking to do much. He ain't asking to come here and be a saver. He does a backup, and you know, hey, let him come in here and try to put some work in. We'll see. You know what I mean? So I think that'll be interesting as well.
You got Lance Stevenson out there. Lance Stevenson is still out there. Oh, look at Tim Smith. We think alike, Tim Smith. I was saying it out of my mouth and you typed it. Any thoughts on Lance Stevenson? Lance Stevenson is only 30 years old. Defense does not go away. Lance Stevenson could play some good defense. You know, the only thing, you know, he just is he willing to check his ego on the door? You know, everyone else on the team has. Is he that type to do that? That's why you take a chance. You bring him on a 10-day contract. You see what he has. And I know the young man wants to get back in the association, and play. He's still got a lot. He's 30 years old. He still could get another payday. Come in here and play well, and get another mid-level contract with someone else if it's not with the Knicks. And why not? He has all the high school records in the city. So come on to the world's most famous arena. Come on, put on the orange and blue, and let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's try. And it's up to the front office. Now it's up to you, Lance. Also, if you hear us, are you willing to put your ego on and do the things that everyone else around the team has done? Unselfish basketball. It's about the team. If they don't play you if you sign on and they don't play you for 4 straight consecutive games, are you going to be engaged on that sideline? And are you going to continue to work hard and practice and put in to work and earning your time on practice, so you could get on the floor with the court? That's not like just because we sign you, you're going to come in and start playing it immediately. We know that we know what you could bring. We've seen it in the past, but we want to see if you fit in this new mold and the way this team is moving. So that's a name to be out there with Lance Stevenson. My point is, it can't check his ego at the door, and the same with John Murray Parker. Yeah, Divine.
Yeah, I think they don't have to. They don't have no choice. They know their situation. You're gonna have to check your ego at the door because you ain't even playing now. You shouldn't even have an ego. You know what I mean? Let's hope they don't even have an ego. What you have to have ego for? We gave you a job. You know what I mean? You out there sitting home doing nothing. You shouldn't have no ego. You come in here and get in when you fit in and play basketball. You know what I mean? And backing up Reggie Bullock at the 3, that would be nice. That would be real nice. You know what I mean? So I think Lance Stevenson. Yeah, I love this game. I love for Lance to come here, man. Brooklyn-born kid. You know what I mean? He know how to get down. He know the ins and outs of New York. He know what the Knicks fans expect. You know what I mean? He's in New York himself. You know what I mean? So, he go in there and get in there, man, and get in that rotation and back up the 3, and that'd be nice. He's a talented man. You know what I mean? But I think we also got to remember the guy is older now. You know what I mean? He not the 21, the 22, 23-year-old Lance Stevenson. The man been in the league a while. He's probably mature, got older as a man. He might not even be the old Lance Stevenson anymore. He might be a different guy on a different path of life, or he just learned how to say, you know what, I'm a grown man now. I'm out a kid in the NBA having fun back then, but I'm grown now. And he probably look at it from that standpoint. But he'll definitely be a phenomenal fit for the Knicks. I love this when bring Lance Stevenson here. I always liked the game, man, because even when the Knicks were playing back in the days against the Indiana Pacers and them, Lance Stevenson, they used to be competing, bro. They used to be competing. So when he was on Indiana as well, so that'd be a nice pickup on a buyout market. Like I said, it's not too much out there that come to mind right offhand. But
Glenn McLemore from the Houston has been released. Excuse me for interrupting, but yes, that's another name out there, Divine.
Yep, I can see that. Glenn McLemore, he's a good 3-ball shooter too. He can shoot the tray. He was part of that Dan Tony 7 seconds to left down there with Gats last year and the year before. So yeah, that's another name out there, man. Like I said, it's interesting, man. It's gonna see what they're gonna do, who's gonna be out there, and what they can decide to come with. But if they don't, we good. I think Norvell Pell coming in was a real big plus, just to have that extra body like last night, just in case Todd get banged up. You know what I mean? We had 3 players at every position except for that one. You know what I mean? Because it's so interchangeable down there. You got Obi and Julius Randle, and even Todd could play the 4. I wouldn't even doubt Knox with his length to play a stretch 4. You know what I mean? So I think that position but that center position was the one that was either we had to take one of our power forwards and make them play small ball, but to bring Novell in here. So I think Novell, Todd Gibson, and Nerlens Noel, our center spot is in good shape. You know what I mean? I think we good there. You know what I mean? And so we just got to see like I would love to see that a linkier wing. That's why I do like the Jabari thing, because he can slide from the 3 to the 4 on just on positionless basketball, depending on what the other team got on the floor. You know what I mean? If some team go big, then yeah, you can bring him in there. You know what I mean? A 10-day contract definitely would be nice, man. Tim Smith. We need a small forward. P. Ramos, I agree with you. That's why I like Slam Stevenson, and I like some guys like that 3 and D wing. Somebody who could really get in there, who's a real hustling player. You need Tom Thibodeau playing on guys who like to hustle and compete, and they that's what he's playing. You know what I mean? Playing guys like that. So we'll see how that roll out, man. And but the buyout market, we got 5 days left. Hopefully we can get somebody here that's going to contribute to the roster. And if not, man, we just roll with what we got. Like I said, we got to hold that the Kevin Knoxes of the world and Frank and them, when they opportunity knock, they take advantage of it. And that's pretty much what it's going to boil down to. So right now the in the buyout market, you know, it's things that happen very quickly before you know it. Somebody just say, we're gonna let him go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for all you b-ball, college b-ball fans, I know Gonzaga and the Baylor's in the national championship game with a game last night for that UCLA game and Gonzaga. That was crazy. That ending was crazy. But I'm telling you, Baylor, them some big dogs down there. Them boys some big boys down there. So it's gonna be interesting. I just want to throw that out there. The Knicks Real Talk, man. The national championship game for all you Baylor fans and all you UCLA fans. They see y'all next week, man. Y'all have some fun. Go get that. But yeah, man. But tomorrow game, man. That's where it's at tomorrow for the Knicks guys. We got the Nets at the Barclays Center at 7:30 tip off. You know, Knicks against the Brooklyn Nets. We going in there to try to get this win, put some work in, and make it happen. Come home feeling victorious tomorrow. We already at home basically. We just walking next door. So we'll see how that go tomorrow, man. Knicks and the Nets guy tomorrow night. I think it's gonna be a really interesting game. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining, man. So anybody got anybody else out there they think might be in the buyout market? You want to throw them in the chat that we haven't talked about? You may think the Knicks can get. Throw it in the chat. You know, this is y'all show, man. You know, from a fan, for the fan. The fans make the show. Y'all know it is. The chat. That's where it's at. So you know,
with Ben McLemore, Divine, I wouldn't mind bringing him here because he's been on a team already and he's been playing minutes and on the NBA floor level. With instead of Lance Stevenson and Jabari Parker hasn't played either. But out of all of them, he would be for me personally would be my first because that's a stretch 3-and-D guy that could shoot the three and he could really get the offensively he could get going. Something that the Knicks lack of. You know, we already have a lot of players that defensively that could compensate on defensive end. We really need someone who would come in with some firepower to shoot. That's the available best offensive player, I believe, currently because he's been on the NBA floor shooting. Now, if Lance Stevenson were to come ready and the way he's been a Lance Stevenson from the past, that's a different story. But we don't know what we're going to get. He's been out of the game for a while, and you know it's different to do a workout video with other guys. Otto Porter has not been bought out, Tim Smith. Orlando's holding on. Orlando is rallying, and they're get some kind of a delusion that they're going to try to get into this playing game. Yes, I live in Orlando, and when I do hear a lot about the Magics, and unfortunately, I listen to them, you know, from time to time. And I got a lot of friends, and they're trying to make this. They had a nice couple wins against the Clippers, and they had a couple of nice wins and putting up. You know, they playing a little pretty good for Clifford. They might, you know, if they continue to play, he might save his job. I've been calling all season that he's not going to make it next season. You look at Anthony Hardaway is going to be his replacement. They're talking about that here in Orlando, but if they do a rally, it might be just enough to keep him to keep him around, especially if the team gelled around him with these players that they bought in at the trade deadline. So I don't think Otto Porter is going to get bought out. I'll be surprised because Orlando has the illusion of trying to make this playing game. They should just hold that pat and try to get some lottery pick, but. You know, they are pros. They want to win. They're there to win games, so they're not there to tank. So that's out of the picture. There's other names out there. Hassan Whiteside is another name that we've seen, but we don't need the center anymore. We have Norvel Pell. Whiteside is probably being held now by Sacramento. They're also a game out of the playoffs, last I saw, and they need that big if they're going to go against the Rudy Gobert, excuse me. Or they play against any of the centers, Joker, or any other the centers in the Western Conference. They're going to need the backup, you know, for fouls and to put guys on the line, and they're going to need him. Sacramento, if they play that playing game and dare I say win the playing game, you know, because Harrison Barnes has been playing really, really strong lately, and carrying that team, you know, to propel them back out of the gulch. Remember, they lost 8-9 games in a row, the Sacramento Kings, and they, you know, and they were heading south, and they really rallied. They got back into this race as well as Orlando. You see teams like that, but you know, and we'll see what the buy market. There's still teams that are hovering around these playing games that they're holding on to certain players. You're seeing Marc Gasol is not happy in Los Angeles. There's been, you know, a lot of articles, a lot of displeasure about his role in Los Angeles. You know, could he be a possible buyout market candidate? You know, once again, we don't need the center anymore. But those are names that, you know, that they will start. There's still time before they release and buy out players. They got until the 9th before they could be on a playoff roster. Doesn't mean they could still get bought out afterwards and go hook on to other teams for the remainder of the season and play out. There still could be movements, but right now, as the Knicks bringing in players, those are the ones that are out there to improve and to fill out that roster spot. So, any other names, folks, on the chat that you see that you think might be available, that came up to your mind and you want to throw out there so we could discuss it on here tonight? Divine, anyone else you think of, or what do you think of those other players that were mentioned?
You know what? It's interesting to me. It seemed like this wasn't a really busy buyout market this year for me. Other than you got the Brooklyn made their move and the Andre Drummond move and but it seemed like it was more in the trade market this year than the buyout market. So it seemed like the buyout market wasn't really aggressive this year so far. I'm not saying that it won't happen in the next 5 days, but wow. I mean, from what we need in the position that I'm looking at, there's not a lot of names that ring a bell because some of them are still on their team. Like I thought about the Mo Harkless, but I thought Mo Harkless thing would have happened, but Sacramento looked like he contributed there. You know what I mean? So I mean, it looked like they're going to keep him there. And like I said, there's not so many guys, bro, that I heard of that's really out there. So it seemed like the buyout market was kind of slow this year to me. Because but no matter what, we're gonna roll with what we have. You know what I mean? We're gonna roll with what the Knicks have. We're gonna go down there and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with where we at right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, we in playoff contention. So unless you guys want something to bring in somebody that you think gonna get us to another place, another level, and that's understandable. But who's out there that can do that? So right now we just looking for somebody to come in there that can fit in with the team and don't mess up the chemistry or camaraderie and just help us move forward. You know what I mean? And if that's that dude out there, then they'll go get him. You know what I mean? They'll go get him. If not, then Knicks might say, you know what, we good. You know what I mean? We good. You know what I mean? They might say, you know what, we might bring Kevin Knox, might get Kevin Knox that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right.
And say, you know what, instead of going in looking for a 3-and-D guy or a stretch 3, not a stretch 3, but a 3 who could shoot the tray, then we got him on the squad already, Kevin Knox. You know what I mean? So maybe it might be they say, you know what, we just gonna get Kevin Knox some more burn. He could do just about what anybody else do who we're going to try to bring in here, other than Lance Stevenson. You know what I mean? The Lance Stevenson, you know what I mean? He doing so many things that Kevin Knox can't even do with a basketball, you know what I mean? So because of his skill set. But I think if they stand back, they just will get Kevin Knox that burn, which I'm fine with. Especially if Obi's still producing the way he producing. So other than that, I don't know too many names out there that's available for our need and that wing position. You know what I mean? And that small forward spot. So it'd be interesting to see. I really would. But I think whatever we do, we gonna do it for the best of the team. So salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Easter Sunday, Knicks Real Talk, the night show. Divine, BX Jedi 76. Brooklyn Bully says sign Mellow Ball to Lord Lonzo Ball here in the summer. G Mellow. But yeah, you know what? That hopefully we don't have to do that. Hope we just go ahead and get them Brooklyn Belly without having to go through that. But it is what it is. If that's what it takes to get them, you might have to look at it. But hopefully we ain't have to go through all that. Hopefully money talk. You know what I mean? He decided to come play in New York in the world's most famous arena with a historic franchise. So we'll see. But it's going to be interesting, man. But that's what's going to be crazy because this summer is going to be bananas for us. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be some moving and shaking going on this summer because we got expiring contracts. Tom Thibodeau might want to bring in this person, that person, because he said, I'm ready to do this now. I went and rolled with the roster you gave me, and this is what I did with it. You know what I mean? So now he's going to be like, okay, I like these guys on the team, but I also want to put this guy on the team, so you never know. So, free agent going to be bananas this year as well. The free agent free going to be we're going to have a draft coming up and all that. So it's going to be Knicks talk, man, almost all year long because you think about it, then you're going into summer league. I mean, after the free agency and all that, you got the summer league taking place. You know what I mean? They said we in the playoffs, we be playing in the May. You know what I mean? Possible June, you never know. So we're gonna have a lot of Knicks talk going on. So we want to make sure Knicks Real Talk is always on the forefront of everything, trying to get it out there to you guys, man. Because it's gonna be an interesting year, man. But right now, New York Knicks are 25-25. A good win in Detroit last night. We in there, man. We in the 7th in the Eastern Conference. We making noise. We trying to make noise. We trying to get back to our winning ways. So let's keep this fight going, man. And we let the chips fall where they may. But I know we're going to be in the playoffs. I know that much. So we can look forward to that. Just don't want to have to be in that buying game. So we can get back on our groove and win some games and stay in that fourth to 6th spot. Then that's what it's going to do. So we'll see. You know what I mean? What do you think, man? You think we're going to be able to hang in there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I told you with the way they play, the way this team plays the defense and that effort they give, and they belt into the coach's system. and the way they play for one another, I always said it, they're going to finish fifth. I'm sticking to it no matter what, I'm not going to let these few games determine my thought of the team and what I'm thinking, in my opinion. I'm still thinking they're going to finish fifth. They're going to flirt again with the fourth, guys. They're going to get on a streak. They're going to win a couple games. Like I said, they're due to win a game they weren't meant to win. We lost the game that we were meant to win to the Timberwolves, but we're due a win that that we were massive underdog. And right now, look at the Vegas at FanDuel. The Knicks are underdog, 5-point underdog against the Nets tomorrow night, and that's going to be a close game. So we'll see that, and like Dan A said, this is the mantra: 22 games left, finish strong, absolutely. Finish strong and build on what we have accomplished all season long, and continue building on the good stuff that we build on, and keep improving on the things that we need improvement for these last two games. It's a long stretch run, and going into that playoff with getting ready and fine tuning and polishing what we needed to get polished and fine tuned. So we go in a series where we are in a series, anything can happen. And in a 7-game series, I like my coaches, my head coach, and my coaching staff and the scouting to go up against anybody in the league, coaching wise, and make the adjustment. You don't think that Tom Thibodeau could outcoach, or his staff could outcoach a rookie Steve Nash? I don't think so. Now Doc Rivers is a different story. Doc Rivers is a savvy coach. It's like in a mirror image with one another. But we'll worry about that when he comes there. I even like Tom Thibodeau coaching staff over against a Budenholzer. If they're going to play a game of chess in the series, I'll take Thibodeau over Budenholzer any day. Budenholzer is a smart coach, but he doesn't get it done in the playoffs. So those are the things. We're going into the series. We'll wait on to that bridge when we cross it. But looking ahead, that's in a series. I like my coach. I trust my coach no matter how many people want to get on him for his rotation and XYZ. But he's the coach. He knows what he's doing. So yeah. With that said, I see that they're going to be they're an underdog, and we could get that. Absolutely, Danny. We couldn't say that with Fizdale. Absolutely. Fizdale was a good, probably a good public relation guy and speaking with the players and communicator. But this guy, Thibodeau is an ex old guys. Get in there and get game plan and get it done, So, and Brooklyn Belly says we need to be at least 12 of the 22 games finished on the top 6. Yeah, but I think they're going to be fifth. I think they'll be fifth. 6. 6 will give us the Bucks. Play the Bucks. Like I said, Thibodeau against a Budenholzer, a coaching staff, and I like my chances. A hard fought 7-game series. I like my chances with Coach Thibodeau. Definitely, absolutely. We'll see. There's a lot to be done there. And Dangerous, what's up? Good to have you in the building. I appreciate you there, and I appreciate you coming on. And also, guys, real quick with Dangerous, I want to support him because he supports me there on his Wife of Crime podcast. Please support him. The young man is just like us, a fan doing his thing on his grind. So please support him in the Wife of Crime podcast. Give him that thumbs up, that 5 stars on Apple Podcast and Podcast Beam. The brothers doing the same thing like me. We're working. We both came from the same neighborhood, the same building, and we doing our grind, coming up strong. And I wanted to support them on that there. So I thank you guys to give that support.
Yo, salute the Life of Crime. Y'all hit Dangerous up, man. Go check out the brother's show, man. And see what it's about, man. Salute Dangerous, brother. No doubt about it, man. But yeah, man, it's we just got to keep banging it out, yo. We just got to keep banging it out, going there and let the shit fall what it may. And I really believe that Tom Thibodeau is one of them coaches. He been there, he done that. Tom Thibodeau done coached against the best. Hear what I'm saying? He done coached against the best. He done coached with the best. You know what I mean? The man, his track record speaks for itself. You know what I mean? So having a coach like that, man, to me makes me feel so good going into the playoffs because we know we're going in there with somebody who got a proven track record of how they, he went to the Eastern Conference Finals already in his career. You know what I mean? Wife of Pinecrest, yes indeed. So salute that, man. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it, man. I think once we get there, man, we stay around 4th to 6th. We go in there and get in there, man, get in the first round, have a real strong first round performance, whether we win or lose it, have a strong performance, man, take somebody down to the wire. Everybody gonna be like, you know what? Watch out for them. the Knicks is back. You know what I mean? That's all we want to do. We just want everybody to know that the Knicks is back. You know what I mean? City
Right.
for real. Salute, my brother. I'm glad to hear from you, man. Salute City for real in the building, in the chat. So yeah, man, glad to see the brother up in here, man. I hope he get back on the panel soon.
City.
Man, City for real, man. You know what it is, man. So whenever, man, come holler at your boys, man. But yeah, man, it's fun, man. It's a fun time to be a Knicks fan. We got a big win the other night, 44-point blowout. You know what I mean? I mean that was we definitely blew somebody's tire out. They had a flat tire the other night. The Detroit tire was definitely out of the air when we finished with that one. So it was good to see. We won it. We 500. You know what I mean? Now we're moving on to the next one. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be awesome, man. That'd be a nice game tomorrow. I know we have something to talk about in the morning show, but tomorrow night gonna be on fire. You know what I mean? So everybody, get out there, get on your grind, check out the morning show, get to work, school, play, workout, whatever you got to do on whatever endeavor you're gonna be embarking on. Get out there tomorrow, man, so we can get home and Brooklyn and the Knicks tomorrow night, man. That's what to do. And it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a exciting game. They might have yes, sir. So we understand that, brother. Keep handling it down, my man. Yes, indeed. But the next, that's gonna be nice tomorrow, man. We're going to get that win, man. That's what it is.
Absolutely, I agree with Dangerous. Tibbs is the best coach since Van Gundy. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm glad they brought him in here. I'm glad they didn't pass up on bringing him in here. I think they should have brought him as soon as he got away from Chicago. I think he should have been our head coach back then. I was like, better late than never. But he should have been the head coach way before that. The guy was. This is his dream job. He's been craving to coach this team and become back home. He was under assistant here with Van Gundy and Raleigh, and he wanted this job. He was up to the task. He knows what's going on. He knows the drought that the organization has been for 40 plus years without winning a title. He's up for the task. He wants to go ahead and do it. He's from here. He's up for the. You want guys that want to be here, and that's what the Knicks want. No matter how much we say against Dolan, but Dolan bought the guys in here, brought him in here, and you got Leon Rose who wanted him in here. These guys want to be here. That's the way we built around it. So we'll get him in here. And like Dan said, Melo asked for him. Yes, he did. He was going to go. He almost played for them in Chicago. That was that big ordeal there. So that's what I want. And I'm going to go on record that my partner Divine said he wouldn't mind seeing Melo. He won't be surprised to see Carmelo Anthony back in the Knicks next year off the bench. And you heard it from Divine first. My co-host said it.
I'd love to see that, man. I think you bring the way Melo playing ball right now with that veteran leadership. You bring Melo back here in the second unit, man, and help guide these young guys, teach them all the ins and outs. Can you imagine Obi getting taught from Carmelo Anthony how to do these foot movement and all that? Man, come on, man. You know what I mean? People might look at it as the old Melo, but Melo, you got to retire him a Nick. You know what I mean? And he's playing. Look at this role in Portland behind Damian Lillard. I mean, he's playing so good down there. I just think that somebody who can give you some instant buckets, I got to do it. It's dangerous, man. Sometimes you might got to go back to it, brother. She might be the second time around, might be better than the first time.
She might pick up a trick or two.
Right. You know what I mean? So I get you, bro. I understand what you're saying, though. Some people not down with the Melo thing. I understand that, man. It's all good. It's all love. But I just think as a veteran guy who's been through it all, man, you just have to, say, what can he do? He can give you that experience. Put like this here. If it's crunch time and the Knicks need a bucket, it's either Julius Randle, RJ, Melo will go get you a bucket. He can get you a bucket. You know what I mean? And you see what the Nets did. The Nets when they got Blake Griffin. Why? Because the man got talent. We got to forget all the. I would say all the emotions. I'm just talking about from a basketball standpoint, not the emotions and none of that. Carmelo Anthony can give you what a lot of Knicks can't give you right now. Period. There's no Knick on that team right now other than Julius Randle, RJ can do what Melo can do. Think about that. Look at our whole roster right now. Other than Alex Burks, Carmelo Anthony can get you a ball from the 3-point line. He can get you a ball in the post. He got skills. He's smart. He done played against some. He done played against some of the creme de la creme in this league. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony done played against some of the best jokers. You know what I mean? And look, he's still right now out there in Portland, and he's still getting buckets. So if you give him a year, you ain't got to give him no big contract. Give him a league minimum or a $5 million deal, just like you did Alex Burks them. Send him off to the sunset as a Knick. You know what I mean? You probably want to go out as a Knick. You know what I mean? And we're gonna be in playoff contention next year. You know what I mean? So why not bring in a savvy veteran like that who's been there? You know what I mean? And just for the love of New York. You know what I mean? Just for the love of New York. And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I really am. So, but yeah, man, Dangerous, you got me on that one, bro. But it's all good, man. Salute Tim Rose and D Rose can get a bucket. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. The more the merrier. So, D Rose getting you a bucket. I mean, we got a good team now, you know what I mean? But, it's interesting, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But, yeah, man, we got a good game going on tomorrow. You know how we, certain players spark certain conversations. So, but I see it got Dangerous got Dangerous up and fired up, so that's cool. But salute to the chat,
let me ask you this, Divine.
Do
you think, and the chat as well, do you think Carmelo Anthony is willing to check his ego at the door? I mentioned that statement earlier, to be on this team and seeing what they're building and what's going on. Is he willing to take that ego and leave it at the front door and see what this team is about and see how they play and what's available, what's got to be brought to the table? You think so? Because he could play defense, but not to the degree that we want him to. But you sometimes got to sacrifice a little defense for a little offense. So what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. If Derrick Rose did it, if Todd Gibson did it, Carmelo Anthony do it. They know their time has passed. I think people underestimate how these are grown men now. You know what I mean? When you're young and you come in and you got millions of dollars, you the man. Yeah, and when you're young in your career, that happens. Everybody got an ego. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And oh man, damn, Sim, my bad, brother. Real quick, man, my bad. The man who need no introduction, but I'm gonna introduce him anyway, because this is the man right here. This is the man behind it all. I got my man Sim, aka the Power Father, nothing but Knicks, is in the building. So let's get it popping. My brother, salute.
What's going on, man? I just wanted to stop in real quick. I didn't even know you was going to be on, so I got a notification you was on. So I just wanted to stop in and say what's up.
Oh man.
Welcome, Sam. Nice to speak to you. Nice to see you, BX.
Thank you, man. We just here talking about the past game of the game coming up tomorrow against Brooklyn and all that. It's gonna be crazy, and I'm just cutting up a little content dialogue, man. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. I feel good. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm out here hustling, man, hard, trying, body little aching all over the place, but it's a grind.
I feel you.
Yeah, but man, I'm excited. Knicks won last night, man. I'm excited about that, man. We had that night 44-point reverse. We gave it to. We played some good ball last night, moving that ball around the perimeter like we supposed to. That was good to see after after all that ISO ball the other night against Dallas, man. So I was happy to see we got back and kind of got back into playing some real good team basketball, moving that ball around last night. So it was pretty interesting, man. It was a good win last night, though.
Yeah, definitely. It was a really good win last night. And I know we played Detroit, but to beat any team by 44 points, whatever it was, it's hard to beat any team like that in the NBA. And if they came out, I've been talking about, hey, they don't have that pep in their step. They don't have that same look, that energy, but they had it last night against Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they'll be able to come out against Brooklyn and have that same pep, that same energy in their step. You know what I mean? The Big 15. That's what Julius Randle and Reggie Bullock said. The Big 15, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. I believe that, man. I'm psyched about it. I'm psyched about the thing, man. And, but first of all, we psyched that you in the building. Let me rephrase that, man. We got Simeon Russell, nothing but Knicks in the building with us, man. The Power Father, man. This is like an honor tonight, man. It's a blessing. I'm glad you came on, brother. And I know I've been in hibernation, man, but MBK is in the heart.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I know you got business, man, and all of that. So you got to take care of that. So that's always first and foremost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you hear, man. This is an honor tonight, man. BX, man, we think about that game tomorrow. What's going on?
Absolutely. Sim, I'm real quick. The chat, we do a lot of interaction with the chat. The chat wants to hear your take on Lance Stevenson, my man. Everyone wants to hear your
Lance Stevenson. Let me tell you, I don't even know. He's a guy. He's been deep in the playoffs. He can play defense. We know that. He can shoot the three. He's 6'6". So he's another wing player that you might need. He can play defense on some of those threes that you need him to play defense on. He's fearless. I wouldn't mind Lance Stevenson, to be honest with you. I think he's a guy that can, I've been saying we need an influx of energy. I think he's a guy that can bring an influx of energy. He can bring some more grittiness, some more nastiness, and just that tough guy persona that maybe we need just a little bit of a spark of that, with this team, and he can shoot it from deep. He can shoot the three. So I wouldn't have a problem with Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, me too, man. He battle tested. He battle tested. He
threw some names out there. We saw also Ben McLemore was let go by Houston. Another shooting, another 3-and-D guy that could play. He's been on an NBA team already. He has his NBA legs in him, and that's a guy but he looks like he wants to go to contender. But the Knicks, is considered a contender, not a title contender, but playoff contender. We've been saying here on Knicks Real Talk that I personally think the Knicks are going to flirt with the 4th, and they're going to end up with the 5th seed. That's my opinion, because they play so much defense, and they give up. They play the coach's game so well, and they give that maximum effort night in, night out, and they change the perspective around the team and the league that they're a defensive team, and they're not going away. They're going to continue to bring their game each and every night, which is a good thing. I know they challenge it offensively, but I think McLemore will help with that 3-and-D to stretch the floor. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he would. He definitely would help with that. He's probably a guy. I don't know, how tall is McLemore?
I'll get that in a second.
5'6", I think. Not too tall though. I think he's about like 4'6", 5". I thought he was a shooting guard though. I never noticed him being a small forward, but he probably like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, I mean, but he'd be another guy that can, come in, maybe give you some instant offense, and probably fit right into doing some of the same things that Reggie Bullock does. He's 6'3", doing some of the same things that Reggie Bullock does, and he's only 28 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And, he's a guy who's had some success in his league, and he could definitely light it up.
Yeah.
Some of the last few games that he played, with Houston, he had March 26th, he had 21 points, 7 for 14 from the 3-point line. March 27th, he was 2 for 6. April 2nd, he was 2 for 4. 50%. So he can light it up from 3, and he might be that kind of guy you need that can at any moment just get hot and just bang, 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 start knocking them down. You know what I'm saying? And he's a decent defender.
Yeah, put on the second unit with it quickly. You could really stretch the floor and
right.
Really stretch it. And maybe with the emergence of Obi Toppin, I know that's a name that I'm going to bring up with you, because I know you want Obi Toppin. You've been down a little bit on Obi Toppin, but I know I'm a big Obi Toppin fan. I think he's got talent. I think the game needs to slow down, which is slowing down as we can see. And I think he's turning the corner. I think he's slowing down a little bit, but it's not quite there yet. I'm not going to take any victory lap on Obi Toppin and figuring it out, but I like what I'm seeing with him, and I think it's going to go forward.
I think that he's starting to understand how he can score in the NBA. I think that's one of the things. He's starting to understand things that he can do. And I was a big proponent of, hey, man, go ahead and put Kevin Knox in. If you can't get it done, put Kevin Knox in. But now that he's starting to turn the corner a little bit and maybe looking like he might be starting to learn, I'm a little bit more like, well, let's see what he can do now. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully he can, hopefully he can turn that corner, because that'd be a big boost for us coming down the stretch. A big boost for us. And I heard you guys talk about Melo, man. You know what I'm saying? Melo is my guy.
Yeah.
Melo is my guy. You know what I mean?
Would you bring him back next year?
Do I think he comes back next year?
Or would you bring him back?
I feel like he's found a home in Portland.
Okay.
For a little bit. If the Knicks can bolster the team, add some more to this team, I have no problems bringing Melo back.
Yeah, man.
The only thing now though is with Obi at the 4 and Randall at the 4, where is he gonna play? Because right now Melo's kind of playing that 4.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So the question is, okay, where's he play now? On this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I for me it was more out of respect. You know what I mean? Like let the man go a couple of years down here, put him on a vet minimum. You know, hopefully I don't think he had an ego issue anymore. Melo's an older guy. He's mature. He's way older. He ain't looking to come in here and burn no bridges. You know what I mean? Melo. The last time we were successful in New York, Melo was in New York. So the last time we had a good season and a good Knicks stand when he was in New York. And I just think that he really brought this organization when he came here. We wasn't no playoff team. He put us to the playoffs. He earned that number 7 in New York. So I was, from my standpoint, if you had to sacrifice for a year, man, to let that brother go out with a chance to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever the case may be, or contend with the right player coming in next year, I would not have a problem doing that. I think I think just from what do you mean to the organization? You know, he came with that number 7. He competed every night. You know what I mean? He was getting buckets. So, but that's just a love for Melo. That for me, well, I don't know if it's something that the team would do, but
Leon Rose and Melo, they're boys. So
yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? They're boys. So you never know. Know. I love to have Melo back. You know, Melo's my guy. Yeah, I love to see Melo retired, Nick. But hey, Divine, I just wanted to pop in quick because I seen that you was on. I didn't know that you was going to be on. Next time I'll come in and spend a little bit more time though. But me and the wife was getting ready to hang out. She was finishing something else. So I was like, oh, he's on. Let me jump in here real quick and say what's up.
Man, well, you know that from the heart, brother. How much we appreciate you coming on tonight, giving Knicks fans what they need, man. You know what I mean? We appreciate that, brother. Man, our door is always open to you, brother. You the reason why we doing this.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate speaking to you, Sam. I appreciate meeting you and speaking with you. And
BX, same here, man.
I always listen to your show, and one of these days I get on, but I can't seem to get on. Every time I try to get with the Zoom, and it doesn't come out for me. So one of these days I'll be on your show.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys. Glad to meet you, BX, Divine. Keep doing your thing, and I definitely look for these notifications so I could jump in.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Have a good night.
Talk to you soon,
Peace,
brother.
Man. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Knicks
Folks,
Real Talk Tonight show.
Timmy Russell, hit that like on his show, MBK. Please support him. He's the main reason why we're out here with these podcasts. He's the main man there each and every night. Subscribe and like, and he's always on the shoot around and after the post game and pre-game, and he's always there, and he's got good content, and he's always giving everyone opportunity, a platform to speak about the Knicks, and we support him, and we appreciate him coming on. Divine, go ahead.
Yeah, man, that was the night right there, man. That's what you call somebody popping in, man, showing you love and giving you some support, man. So that's real talk right there, man. That's what we do. Knicks Real Talk, man. But salute to the chat, Tim Smith City, Brooklyn, Dan, Tim, Brooklyn Belly, everybody, man. Salute to y'all tonight. Dangerous, man. Everybody, we in here tonight, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. We in here just talking some Knicks talk. We just had Simeon Russell win the building for nothing but Knicks. Y'all know where it's at down there, man. Y'all go down there and holler at Sim. I mean, he got some of the live shows going on, the live spots on the channel down there. Great intellect down there. A lot of wise minds down there, man. I'm talking Knicks, man. This is a show from the fan for the fans. You know what I mean? Y'all make the show don't make y'all. So y'all know what it is, man. Y'all make the show, man. Let's get it popping. And we had a good show tonight, man. And we got to get up in the morning to make it happen. Knicks Real Talk, the morning show, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Y'all go on in, check us out in the morning, man. We get y'all up to get on your grind, get ready to start your day and all that good stuff, man. So y'all keep doing it, keep supporting, man. Subscribe, hit the like button, man, and just enjoy the content we bringing. Let me bring the brother BX in here to give me some out thoughts for you that he had, man, going into tomorrow.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to give thanks, though. I want to give thanks just to the man upstairs for making this possible for each and every one of us, Lord. He's risen. His tomb is empty. We want to give him the glory and praise. And I want to thank everyone in the chat. I want to give to Camilio, Joshua, Big O, to Tim Smith, Dan A. We got Brooke and Belly, Jason, Sewell. We got Dangerous. We got Bam Bam. We got Pete Ramos. We want to thank you all. City for Real, my main man, City for Real, Brooke and Belly. Simeon for coming in. We want to thank everyone that's listening out there that we haven't mentioned. Steve from Elite Maintenance, my brother. I know you're listening all the time. to everyone, to Manny, to everyone out there that's listening to it. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you. Hit that like and that subscribe and this notification so we continue bringing this contact there. And I appreciate it. And we'll talk in the morning. But as of right now, I'm seeing the Knicks tomorrow is a 5-point underdog against Brooklyn. I think the Knicks will be in a 1-possession game. And you know what? I'm gonna say they're gonna hit their first buzzer beater win, man. I'm gonna take them to get their first buzzer beater win. I've been calling it. I've been wrong. I've been 0 for 2 with it. So I'm gonna go again with it. They're gonna get their first buzzer beater win tomorrow night. Divine?
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it first. BX Jedi 76. He got the Knicks winning the buzzer beater in Barclays tomorrow night. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be a grind. But you know what? We're gonna go in there and battle it out. Oh, you know, and I'm gonna go on the leg. Say we're gonna win the game. You know what I mean? I eat crow lady. I know me. I'm a man. But I'm going ahead tomorrow. I think the Knicks gonna win that game. I think we beat Brooklyn tomorrow. So y'all heard it first from me. You know, so to chat, man. Let me what y'all think, man. Y'all think Knicks going in there to get that game tomorrow night? Brooklyn in the building. You know, we're in Brooklyn building at the Barclays. You know, we're gonna go in there and win that game. So I'm predicting the Knicks to win tomorrow. We go 26-25, feeling good about ourselves, getting ready, you know, go into that Boston game and see what we're gonna do. But everybody out there, man, thanks for chiming in. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your Easter Sunday. And when we get with y'all guys in the morning, Knicks will talk the morning show, 7:30. Y'all already know Eastern Standard Time. So y'all, you know, blessed. Have a great evening. And y'all enjoy your the rest of your Easter Sunday, man. And we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. We out of here, man. We about to cut out. Peace.
Knicks Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk.